Hello guys, how are you doing? It's your homeboy Guy. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys are doing fine. Myself, as usual, I'm perfectly fine, perfectly doing okay. Sunday morning I went to run a little bit. Every Sunday morning in Makati, especially in Ayala, all the streets here are just closed, no car. Whoever wants to run or exercise a little bit, you can definitely take advantage Sunday morning. So the video today, it's I wanted to share something that I believe it can be extremely helpful, extremely, yes, I emphasize on extremely helpful for anyone. Look at all this stuff. For anyone planning to live abroad, right? Because usually when we plan to move to a new country, we sometimes ask ourselves which skills or what skills I'm supposed to have in order for me to survive in that country. How can I earn, right? How can I make a living in that country? So can I find a job there? And if I can find a job, what do I need in order for me to find a job? So this video is for you. You know, I already said that a couple of times in my previous video, like 12 years when I arrived in the Philippines here. I didn't really have, well, I'm not going to say that I didn't have the skills, but I didn't really have something that it's technical skills. You know, like being engineer, being, I don't know, a mechanician, being, you know, a doctor, those kind of skills. I didn't have it. And usually, at least old school parents, one of the things that they usually ask the kids when you are growing up is like, oh, I want my kids to be a doctor, to be a lawyer, and to be, you know, engineer, all this kind, astronaut, you know, pilot, which is not bad, but this can also be complicated depending on the country where you plan to live. When you start raising your kid with a specific skills, like any of the skills that I have gave earlier, there will be only specific country where he will probably succeed with the skills that he has, because in some other country those skills will not be relevant. And here on this video, the skills that for me I believe, regardless the country where you're going. Let's go on the other side. It's quite hot there, so I just didn't want to go there. Sunday here is really chill. You guys should go here on Sunday if you're in Makati. So the skills that I believe are myself, I believe that regardless the country where you're living, if you have that skills, you will survive, and it's applicable to any country. It's just learn a language. Yes, just learn a language. You know, when I say learn a language, it's like learn a second language aside of the language that you're currently speaking. And wherever you're going to find someone who needs your current language that you know naturally and your second language that you have learned. Coming back to me, when I came here in the Philippines, I was able to speak French fluently, but I have no clue of how to speak English. And when I decided to, well, I didn't really decide, because in the Philippines here they speak English, so I didn't have that much choice. It might be a little bit noisy, and if you hear that noise, it's because of these kids, or I don't know. So we are just going to walk on the other side to stay away from the noise. So when I came to the Philippines here, I was very well able to speak French, which was my first language. But English, I wasn't able to speak English. But I didn't have a choice, because I started learning English here in the Philippines because the whole country speaks English. And in order for me to communicate, especially that I start studying here, I was supposed to speak English, so I put myself into English. That's why you even see that my English is a little bit broken. So I just learned how to speak English here. So once I start speaking English, and once I masterize my, well, not really masterize, because what you're hearing now is not really a master English, but once I was able to get some basic skills in English, my value here went up a little bit. If I can say, my market value went up a little bit. Why? Simply because I was able to speak French and speak English. And actually, that's where I was eligible or able to apply for a couple jobs in this country. Because before that, I already, well, not before speaking English, but when I arrived in this country, I quickly realized that they're just gonna give you or offer you some opportunity that most of the local cannot perform. And me speaking French was already setting me apart of a lot of people, right? That's for the Philippines. I even went to Japan, watching also a lot of video of Japanese, well, not Japanese YouTuber, but a lot of people doing video in Japan. One of the things that come also several times is, if you are able to speak 2 languages, it's going to be something that will be probably helpful for you. Let's say you decide to move to Japan, you are already able to speak, let's say, English, and then you decide to learn how to speak Japanese. Your market value increase right away, because now they have somebody who can speak English and who can also speak Japanese, right? A lot of international companies are looking at that type of profile, multilingual people, right? And honestly, it doesn't take that much effort compared to someone who wants to be an engineer, pilot, and stuff like that, right? And I don't have any specific language that I'm thinking it's a must, right? My point is, you're speaking one language right now, pick any other language that you think you can probably learn fast, start learning that. Regardless of the country where you're moving, you're going to find somebody or someone who needs that skills. I could never imagine that there is so many industry here in the Philippines looking for a French speaker. Never imagine that. Even in my dream, I could not see that. But there is a lot. There are a lot that are looking for a French speaker. There are a lot that are looking for German. There are a lot that are looking for any other language. Chinese, Japanese, a lot. You move out to the Philippines, you go to Singapore or Malaysia, same thing apply. You go to Europe, France, same thing apply. If you're able to speak French and you're able to speak maybe German, your market value go high. Because let's say myself presently in the Philippines, the company that I'm working for, they're not hiring me because you know, I speak English and I just know how to use the computer and stuff like that. No, they're hiring me because they know that it's not easy to find somebody who can speak French here. And as a matter of fact, here in the Philippines, one of the conditions for them to hire a foreigner should be the skills that you're having. Nobody or the employer should not be able to find it here in the Philippines. That's how they're going to look at outside. Therefore, hire foreigner. So can you imagine if I just speak English and I just come here and I'm just able to speak English? It's not something that set you apart. No, not at all. So if you decide to move to Germany, you decide to move to Canada, please take an extra language out different than the language that the country where you're going is speaking. Even if you're moving, let's say for example, even if you're moving to Germany and then you're not speaking German, it's fine. For me, I think it's fine. As long as you can speak English as a ground, just add another language to that. And then you will quickly see that regardless of the country where you're going, you dig a little bit, you do a little bit of research, you're going to find something that fits at least 2 languages. And on the top of it, you can even earn pretty much high compared to average people sometimes, you know, who just speak one language and are national or are people from the country where you're working. I mean, let's say, for example, you're coming in the Philippines, you're able to speak 2 languages. I guarantee you that you'll be definitely above the average. Definitely, your income will be far away above the average, yes. And it's not like you have done you know, like a scientific, like, I don't know, it's not like you have studied you know, mathematics. Well, when I say mathematics, it's not that you have, like, you know, engineer, or maybe you're pilot or aviation, or, you know, no, or doctor or lawyer. No, it's just that you have spent maybe 2 to 3 years learning a certain language. Once you're already fully equipped, you apply for a job and you're getting sometimes twice or thrice the average salary in some country. In the Philippines here, I'm not gonna lie to you, whoever is speaking 2 languages can easily earn thrice the average income of a regular Filipino. I already checked a little bit about Japan. It's the same thing. I have a sister who just started learning Chinese also. It's the same thing. In China, it's the same thing. You're able to speak French. There are some multinationals there that are looking for that type of kind of profile. So think about it and take advantage of it. It's not always about study too long. I was talking about it with one of my office mates. It's not about study too long, or maybe, well, study hard, yes, but it's not the one who spend much time in school, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 years, who's necessarily going to be the one having the best opportunity. Right? It's just about being smart, know what the market is looking for, and once you have identified what the market is looking for, just make sure that you have it. And one of the things that every market in the world are looking for, especially nowadays that the world is getting more and more like one village where people get connect from very far, interact with each other. Language is something that will really set you apart. So if you're thinking from wherever you are to move abroad, to move to a different country, I'm not going to ask you to learn one specific language. Any language has a value wherever you're going. It's just that if you're speaking French right now, add English on it. I don't know if you're speaking German, add Spanish on it. If you are speaking whatever language you are, add Spanish on it. But of course, if I have to tell you, if I have to give you a little advice, it will be get English as a ground, because most of the countries in the world have English as common language. So get English as common language and get an additional language on top of it. Now, if you're even able to speak already English, then you're blessed. You just have to find any other language that you want, add it to your English, and then you're good to go. Any. It can be, I don't know, Chinese, Mandarin, Nihongo, whatever language you want, it's going to be helpful for you. So that's what I wanted to share with you. I hope this one is helpful for you. I will keep working, and you guys keep liking, keep sharing, more importantly, keep subscribing. Be bala.